first time my senses touched Mozart was at a concert he gave for the Baroness of Volkstatten. I entered first the library to take a little refreshment. Then my generous hostess always put out the most delicious confections for me when she knew I was coming. The dolce, caramelle, most especially a miraculous crema al mascarpone, which is really just cream cheese mixed with granulated sugar and suffused with rum. But it was totally irresistible. I had just sat down in a high-backed chair to consume this paradisal dish, unobservable as it happens to anyone who might come in.
Trazon. What does that mean?
How should I know?
It's Mozart spelled backwards, you shitwit. Were we to be married? Were we to be married, you would be Constanza Trazon.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would, because were we to be married, I would want everything to be backwards. I want to lick my wife's arse instead of her face.
You won't be licking anything anytime soon. Your father won't give his consent to us.
Who cares about my father's consent?
You do. You care very much. You wouldn't do it without it.
Wouldn't I?
No, you wouldn't. You're too scared of him. And I know what your father says about me. If you marry that dreadful girl, you'll end up lying on straw with beggars for children.
Marry me.
Don't be silly.
Marry me.
Are you serious?
Tell me right now. Say yes or no. Tell me right now so I can say yes so I can go home and shit the bed and say I did it!
Is the relationship ready to commence?
Oh, yes. Yes, come, my dear. The music awaits.
Oh, by all means, hair and song.
And then right away, the concert began. Some serenade. At first, only vaguely. Presently, sound insisted. had never known it. I called up to my sharp old God. What is this? What is this pain in the sound, this need, forever unfulfillable, yet fulfilling him who hears it? Can it be your need? Is it yours? Dimly, the music sounded from the salon above, and dimly the stars shone down on the quiet street. Suddenly, I was frightened. It seemed to me that I had heard the voice of God, and that it issued from a creature whose own voice I had also heard, and it was the voice of an obscene child. I ran home and buried my fear in work. More pupils, till there were 30, and then 40. More committees to help musicians, more motets and anthems to God's glory. And at night, I prayed for one thing. Let your voice enter me. Let me be your conduit. Let me. first performance of the abduction from the seraglio, the creature's expression of manly love. For my dear pupil, he had written quite possibly the showiest aria I ever heard. 10 minutes of scales and ornaments, amounting in sum to a vast emptiness. So ridiculous was the piece, in fact, so much what might be demanded by a foolish young soprano, that I knew precisely what he had demanded in return for it. He'd had her. Although engaged to be married, the creature had my darling girl. Oh, Majesty.
So, Mozart, a good effort. Decidedly that, a good effort.
Did you really like it, Sire?
I thought it was most interesting. Yes, indeed. A trifle. How shall one say this? How shall one say this, Director?
Too many notes, Your Majesty?
Very well put. Too many notes.
I don't understand.
Oh, my dear fellow, don't take it too hard. There are, in fact, only so many notes the ear can hear in the course of an evening. I think I'm right in saying that, aren't I, poor composer?
Well, yes, I would say yes. On the whole, yes, Majesty.
Well, there it is. It's clever, it's German, it's quality work, and there are simply too many notes.
There's just as many notes, Your Majesty. No more or less as are required.
Ah. There it is.
Is he angry?
Not at all. Nope. He respects your views.
I hope so. What did you think? What did you think, sir? Did you care for the piece at all?
Of course, yes. I think at its best, it's truly charming.
And at other parts?
Well, at other parts, just occasionally. Katerina's aria, for example, it seemed a bit excessive.
Katerina is an excessive girl. She's insatiable in regards to the vocal ornaments.
All the same, as my mentor Chevalier Kluck used to tell me, one must avoid music that smells of music.
What does that mean?
Music that makes you too aware of the virtuosity of the composer.
Well done, lovely! Well done, Christine! Oh, excuse me.
I want to introduce me to your charming fiancé.
Yes, yes. Constanza, this is Herr Salieri. He's the court composer. Herr Salieri, Fräulein Weber.
Delighted.
How do you do, Your Excellency?
When do you marry?
Oh, we have to secure my father's consent, and he's a good man. He's a respectable man. He's very stubborn.
How old?
26.
Then your father's consent is scarcely indispensable.
You see?
Yeah, okay, of course, not indispensable, of course not.
My advice to you is to marry and be happy. You have found, it's quite obvious, un tesoro rare.
Oh, very much.
Good night, brother.
Good night, Excellency.
Yes, good night, thank you. Constanza.
As I watched her walk away on the arm of the creature, I felt the lightning thought strike. Have her. Her for Katerina. Abomination. Never in my life had I considered a notion so sinful.